It's a wild week. We've got Russia attacking, we've got deer attacking, and I've got some tips on how to fight back on this week's Uncharted update. Alright guys, last week we were all about Putin's nuclear ambitions, and it does not seem to be slowing down. Another little news story has emerged, and that's that Health and Human Services has secured $290 million worth of a drug called Nplate. Nplate is typically used for chemotherapy patients, but it is designed to protect blood cells from radiation. It reduces bleeding, it helps the platelets scab, and it reduces bruising. So this is something that can be used whenever there's too much radiation hitting the body, a la maybe a nuclear attack. So what does this all mean? Well, they're not saying. They didn't say why they ordered it, although the timing is pretty curious with everything going on. I've had a few people reach out and say, hey, is this something we should be looking at, something we should be buying? Personally, I have some potassium iodine at my house. It's a really cheap insurance policy. It's like $30 for like 120 tablets. Not the same thing, but also something that protects you in case of some radiation. My recommendation, go buy some. It's like $50 to give you several months of coverage, and you're good to go. And if not, well, you got a fun story and you can try them some other day. But the better answer here, guys, don't come in contact with radiation. So, as I mentioned last week, we've got a great blog that details what to do in case this type of a threat comes to your hometown. It's actually quite simple. Find a big brick building, get in the center, and get as deep as possible in the basement, and wait it out. If you remember science class from high school, there's a half-life to all this, and the longer you wait, the less risk you'll have. But read the blog, brush up on it, be ready for whatever happens next. So last week I had a chance to travel down to Phoenix and hang out with my buddy Travis Haley. Travis is a former Force Recon Marine. He was the CEO of Magpul and now has his own company called Haley Strategic Partners, where they build amazing products for civilians like you and I, and some top secret stuff for guys doing really important work around the globe. I sat down with Travis and recorded a podcast on what we defined as the 4 pillars of preparedness: physical and mental fitness, community, resources, and resourcefulness. It's a really great listen, and I highly recommend you check it out. And if you're in the Phoenix area, go down there and go through one of Travis's classes. He's got these incredible simulators that take you through all sorts of different situations. It's going to change how you think about all sorts of stuff when it comes to personal preparedness. And lastly, file this under the don't die section. A lady down the road from us in Evanston, Wyoming got into quite a predicament last week when she came outside and found herself face to face with a mule deer buck. Now, deer are typically pretty afraid of humans, but that said, we are in the rut, which is the breeding season, and it kind of throws everything out the window when it comes to animal behavior. These guys get chock full of testosterone, and you have no idea what they're gonna do. Well, this deer attacked her dogs, she tried to hit it with a purse, it attacked her. That brought out her husband, who grabbed it by the antlers and tried to drag it away. But there's a lot of silliness going on here, and you know, the moral of the story is, who knows what's really happening, but if you see a wild animal, give it some space, give it a chance to move away. Don't try to hit it with your purse, and let your dogs fend for themselves. They're gonna be okay. So that's it for this week, and we will see you again next week.